Hey, we're back at Dishes with Del here. Today, something a little bit different. I thought I'd teach you a nice, basic tomato sauce. It's super simple, it's better than buying it from the supermarket, and it doesn't really need a lot of ingredients, and it's probably cheaper and better for you. It's not full of preservatives or all the extra added sugar, and if you don't want to add the sugar, that's also up to you because you've made it yourself. It's super simple, it doesn't take very long. It's a great freezer addition for when you are a little bit strapped for time and you want to make something quick. So let's get this tomato sauce on the go, shall we? And here is what you're going to need. I like to make this with some fresh ingredients because, you know, that's just what makes it lovely. But again, if you don't have them, some dried stuff is still incredible. But ideally, if you have fresh, amazing. So we're going to go for some basil and some rosemary and some thyme. And these will just get chopped up in the base when we make it. And then we'll go chopped red onion, chopped garlic. So I'd go whole red onion, maybe 5 cloves of garlic, salt and pepper. Salt, you know, I mean, he's the number one ingredient here, really. I mean, of course, the tomatoes and, you know, the other stuff matter, but without this guy, nothing's happening. We'll go for a little bit of sugar. Now, I know I said, you know, the supermarket ones are full of sugar, but like, when I say they're full of sugar, they have 15 tablespoons in them. When we make it at home, we're just adding a little bit of sweetness. If you didn't want to add sugar, you could add some honey. But you do need that little bit of sweetness because the tomatoes, they obviously have sweetness in them, but you do need to enhance it a little bit. So I will always add a little bit of sugar when I make it. Some good olive oil. And I mean, controversial right here, I've got some Chinese black vinegar. If you had balsamic, that would be great because it's got a little bit of sweetness. It's just that background note. You know, when you're making a tomato sauce like this, it's really important to build the background flavors. It's the background flavors that really enhance this thing to being just an incredible sauce that you've made yourself. We'll get the red onion, the garlic, and all the herbs chopped. I got taught to make a tomato sauce, oh my God, when I was probably 17 years old in my first job, and I've literally made it like that ever since because I just think it actually, for a sauce that can take a really long time, this is quite a speedy and efficient way to do it because you're kind of dividing the two things. What else is really great about this is you can just increase the volume. If you increase each item incrementally, it still kind of turns out the same. So this is a really great tomato sauce. You can make it in bulk and you can put it in the freezer into containers so that each and every time you want to make a delicious bolognese or a lovely lasagna, you have some there on hand. And even if I don't, it doesn't take too long to make. So we'll get the onion chopped, the garlic chopped, the herbs, and yeah, then we'll get to the other bit. When you chop the herbs for making this tomato sauce, you want to make sure that you chop it super fine. You know, as you can see here, there's not any stalks left. You know, we've really chopped down that rosemary and the thyme. They're quite woody herbs. And so what's really important is that you kind of don't have, you know, their stalks left because they're just not very nice to have in it. And chopped down like this, they'll pretty much break up and disappear into the sauce. So just make sure that you chop it super fine. Okay, let's talk about the tomatoes a little bit. So, I mean, as you can see here, I've got some value ones. Of course you can use the incredible canned tomatoes, but you know what? They can be a little bit pricey. You can still get an incredible result by just using these. We're gonna work hard to really create a base flavor, and the addition of the juice, it's going to be reduced and really concentrate. And then we'll just fold in the tomatoes at the end so that you can use something that's not so expensive, but make it taste really incredible. All right. So the most important part, I would say, of this recipe is the tomatoes and what we do with them. You know, what I was taught a long time ago about making a tomato sauce is that you drain them because then you have the juice left and you can reduce the juice quickly, and then you can just fold through the tomato chunks at the end. So that's what we're going to do. We'll sit a colander over a bowl and we will pour the tomatoes into here and let them drain. Ideally, overnight, but who's thinking that far ahead for dinner? I don't think I am. So half an hour is absolutely fine. You're just going to drain them off, and what we can do as well is we can encourage it a little bit. You know, we can fold a spoon through there and get a little bit of that extra juice to come out. So in theory, this is actually your longest step in this sauce. is getting them drained. The longer the better, but half an hour, you know, that's absolutely fine. So let's get them in there. So we've just popped them into the colander and they're sat over the bowl. I mean, this is quite thick, but I tell you what, if you drained these overnight, you would be so surprised at how much liquid is left in the bowl and the bottom. Maybe we can encourage it a little bit with a spoon. Great. So we'll just give it a little fold, break up them tomatoes a bit, and they're gonna start draining. Now, chef tip 101. See all this stuff left in here? What's wrong with it? Absolutely nothing. So also a really good way to loosen these up a little bit to encourage a bit more juice out, but also make sure you get everything out of your can. Pop the lid down and slosh it out with some water. So I've filled the can up halfway with water. I've given it a good slosh, and then what I'm gonna do is pour it into the other can. This one's all nice and clean. This one can have a swizzle round. And then we can add it to here, just to create a little bit more juice in the base. But like I said, it loosens this a little bit to encourage all of that juice to come out. So we're gonna leave this for at least half an hour, and then we can pretty much get to cooking. So we've got everything chopped, the onion, the garlic, and the herbs. And you know me, I like to have it all on a plate, so we can just pour it into the pan when we are ready. And then the only other thing that we're gonna need is, your tomato paste, a little bit of olive oil, some vinegar, and some sugar, and then salt and pepper at the end. So we can pretty much get this on the go. The tomatoes have been draining for half an hour, and then we just need to put it together. This is the whole thing, right? Food, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can make incredible things at home. Of course, there are incredible techniques. France, the French cuisine, the OG, the incredible technique that comes with creating food. I'm not shunning it in the slightest. I'm just trying to encourage people who maybe don't cook so well to know that actually you can create things. And this is just a lovely tomato sauce. It feels wholesome to be able to create lovely things with your own fair hands at home. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's not too overwhelming. It's breaking it down to the basics. With that said, I reckon we can get this guy cooking. Let's get to the stove. Okay, to get this guy on, I'm just gonna quickly show you. As you can see here, this is the juice, and the tomatoes have really dried out. That's only been half an hour. The longer you can do it, the better. So you have more juice to put in the bottom. Turn the gas on to I would say medium low. And to make this, I'm gonna use quite a good glug of olive oil, because we wanna make sure that there's a little bit of the red grease. The red grease is the best grease. It's just friggin' delicious. It just makes for a really unctuous, yum, great tomato sauce. So we're gonna add that, and then we're gonna add in the chopped stuff. So we've got the onion, the garlic, and all the herbs. And these guys, we're just gonna add to that, and we're gonna slowly cook them for 10, maybe 15 minutes on a really low heat. I've got Mr. Trusty Spatula here, or Maurice if you are from France or have ever worked in some kind of French kitchen. That's what these guys are called. So we'll just keep an eye on that and let it cook down for about the next 10 minutes. We want to make sure that we do it slowly, because we want all the sugars to naturally release from the onions, which again is going to make just for an absolutely banging sauce. So they're going to do their thing, and we'll just keep an eye on it. If it starts getting too hot, just turn the temperature down a little bit, and we should have a really nice base for our sauce. It is important to be quite patient when you make this tomato sauce, because with patience comes depth of flavour, and you really can't get that quickly. So we'll just let this cook, keep stirring it, and then we'll add the next bit. So about 10 minutes have passed, and as you can see, there's no colour on these. They're really nice and soft, and they're just ticking away in that oil. But now we need to add the next bit, which is the tomato paste. So I would say here we're going to add probably about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Again, this is to really make it that little bit richer. Because we have used a slightly cheaper tomato, it's great to add this in the base. Even if you're using an expensive tomato, it's really good to have some tomato puree in the bottom. And yeah, what we need to do is cook it out though, because it's tomato puree and it's kind of raw. So we're going to add this in first. Here comes that red grease. We're going to add it in, spread it out, cook it off, because it probably needs a couple of minutes cooking. So it's had a minute or 2 cooking, and then I'm going to add my sugar. So I'm going to go 1 tablespoon and a half, add that in. And then we're going to add some vinegar, whether you're using balsamic or Chinese in my case. And you probably want about 2 tablespoons again. So we'll add that in. And as you can see, it's starting to bubble, and we want to kind of cook that out again so that the real harshness of it disappears. And we'll give that about a minute to cook. And as you can see, it's really coming together and it's becoming quite thick. That's the tomato paste and the vinegar. And we've created this incredible base flavour for our tomato sauce. And now, the reason why we drained it all is we're going to add the juice to this pan. Mix it all together to combine it. And then this is kind of where the magic happens. We want to reduce this by maybe half. And that's why it's really good to use a wide saucepan with a high side, because it will start to bubble a little bit and we need to reduce it by half. And that is just going to be this incredible flavour bomb in the bottom of our tomato sauce. And I mean, you can already see it just looks absolutely delicious. So we'll let that cook down. We're just going to add the pieces of tomato and season it up with salt and pepper. And that's it. Unadulterated, yummy tomato sauce. See you in 15. Make sure you give it a stir every now and again, because as you can see here, these bubbles are getting thicker and we don't want it catching on the bottom of the pan. This has been cooking slowly for about 15 minutes, and as you can see, it's a hell of a lot thicker than it was. We've lost some of the looseness and it's getting quite thick. So we're going to add in the tomato pulp and then let it cook for another 10 or 15 minutes. And you can see how thick this sauce already is, because we've reduced the majority of it right at the beginning. So basically what we need to do now is cook the tomatoes in this for maybe another 15 minutes to take on all that flavour, season it, and it's done. So it's had about 20 minutes on the stove. We'll take it off, and then really important, we need to season it. So salt, a little bit of pepper, give it a little stir. And it's going to be piping hot, but we'll give it a little taste. And that's just great. It's acidic because we've got the vinegar in there. It's sweet, which is complementing the tomatoes. We've got a nice thick sauce around the chunks of tomato, perfect to make a pasta, you know, a lasagna, just wonderful. If you wanted to use this maybe to make a pizza, you might want to make it a little bit thicker. Anyways, that's about it. Simple, delicious, easy to look after, and just a yummy tomato sauce. This is just a great little basic. I hope that this can encourage you to not always buy the jar in the supermarket and make it at home for probably a little bit less money and definitely not as many preservatives. It's just all the things a tomato sauce should be. Let me know in the comments how yours go and what you use it for. I'd love to know. See you next time.